but I tend to write about what's going on for me at the time. So in recovery, I've experienced difficulty sleeping, and you know, sometimes I won't sleep properly for a week, and then I'll crash and I'll burn out. But the day before I burn out, I go a bit crazy. So you know, they're two things which have been absolutely necessary for me to get through recovery on a day-to-day basis. Walking out in the sun, could it be raining by the afternoon? I don't know what it could be. Could be many things, could change by the afternoon. The evening could bring a starry sky, could bring a frowning moon. I don't know, I don't really mind. Let it be, let it wash over me. And I really don't.
I've been through so many things. When I was growing up, I remember as a child, I started smoking, drinking alcohol as a teenager, and it changed my life. Like it turned my life to different direction entirely.
I'm here to tell you some of the stuff that's happened in my past and how I've got to where I am now and what's happened previously to me. I started off in my young years. I had quite a good upbringing with my mum and dad and stuff. I think when my nana passed away, I think in '89 or something like that, I started rebelling and stuff at school. Got suspended and expelled, and then started getting involved in bits of crime and stuff, petty crime mainly, a lot of driving offences over the years.
Yeah, I was going to talk about men and eating disorders. Is something that's quite often been overlooked in the past, and like it's something I've suffered with personally for like 30 years now, alongside the other problems I've had with drink and drugs. This is the one which I've been, you know, most embarrassed to kind of almost, and you know, to talk about publicly.
It's really good. It was really good to hear people's voices and you know, people experiencing multiple disadvantage, and to see and put a face to those voices and understand some of their stories.
We work for CGL, so Change Grow Live, the drug service in Manchester. For me, I love these portraits. You know, these stories. I always like these kind of things.
So I think there's 9 characteristics, protected characteristics, and we're fighting now to get care experience to be protective characteristic, because the stigma's still there. The stigma, you're still not defined, I sometimes think, as a human being. Well, closing words with, my past does not define who I am.
I'm Claire, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm currently in treatment, and I use poems to put my feelings on a piece of paper. Life living as Claire. In Ashton and Makerfield, born and raised, on the heath that I spent most of my days, smoking a bit of weed, acting all cool, till my family took me out of high school, off on a plane that I didn't know that I could, moved me across the world to a different neighbourhood. When we landed, I got a little bit scared. Here we have landed via New Zealand Air.
Liberty gone, potential locked away, shackled by self-doubt, enslaved by our fears, screwed by what beliefs, keys thrown away by self-doubt and self-loathing. welling up despair, no hope of turning the tide, potential drowned, dreams marooned, crashed on the rocks.
Great, these changed, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to stop believing that. I'm not going to go to, and fair play to people that go to the fellowship and meetings like that, but I'm not going to declare over myself that I have a disease or that, you know, like this is me for life or anything like that, because I have faith, do you know what I mean? And I believe you can break that stuff off. You know, so I invested in that, and I just started reading, I started praying, and even though I was falling, I felt like there was something in me that was changing, and my heart started changing, and strength started growing a little bit, and I stopped behaving in certain ways that I used to behave in.
Especially with these portraits, because you're putting on those headphones and then you're entering a new space, even though we're in a shared room. So it feels quite personal. So I feel like there's little bits from each one where you can pick into or relate to. But I guess with the work that we're doing and what I'm doing at the moment, it's just nice to see that there are connections happening and there are things moving forward in certain ways. So it's good to just tap into that.
It was nice to see people from other backgrounds as well, who might have had other experiences, maybe like neurodivergent backgrounds and stuff like that. It wasn't just recovery background. I think that's something that we're passionate about, tapping into that a little bit more, because everybody has those experiences, and sometimes they're coexisting experiences that people in recovery have as well.
So I'd like to talk to you about my experience of what I call the aspiration premium. To me, it's the inbuilt things that are just like systemic that make it difficult to get out of the benefits trap. I was homeless in 2007, and in 2008 I'd finally had my flat that I've still got now.
Okay, it's hard to know where to start, and but I'm very glad to be given a voice here. Okay, I'll just very quickly go through my own personal experience, and I had 2 bouts of a clinical depression, a depressive illness, which I'd had for 2 years before it was diagnosed. I was first diagnosed in 1974, and I found it very, very, very difficult and tough. I lost my job, but then I was quite glad I lost my job, because I wanted to play my own music on the guitar.
How it's gonna go, and I really don't mind, I really don't mind. I was wrong, very wrong, I was wrong, very wrong indeed. Everybody sees, everybody only ever sees when I am wrong, that's how it seems. Sometimes when I am down, I'll be better off with the worms, 6 feet under the ground, with my soul in the firmament burning. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da. Bum, 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 da-da-da. And I really don't know.
And see what was going on, really, and I've really been pleasantly surprised. It's a really nice exhibition, and hats off to all the guys and everybody that's been involved. It's pretty impressive, really, especially with the life-size screens as well. It looks good.
I think just the variety of the pieces and people's performances just really showcases how interestingly you can present your own life, your own lived experience, and how unique that is to you, and how you can present that in a really interesting way. So I think all of the pieces were fantastic in that sense, and it's really useful to see through people's own words and through people's own eyes what they've been through, and that really helps us in understanding how we can change things from a system point of view and how we can do things differently.
Real way. Coming here today has reminded me why I do the job that I do. I could relate to a lot of what people said. Something that I'm coming away thinking is, who can you put these videos in front of? Who needs to see this to inspire change? Honestly, I'm blown away. You should all feel incredibly proud of what you have created. I burst into tears at least 3 times throughout the day, but the reason why is the power in your voices, in your stories. They're all the more powerful because of your experiences, not despite them. I feel strengthened from your strength, and I just wanted to thank you very much for sharing your stories with us.
To expect from tomorrow, I don't know. I'm patient as they come, crazy as they go, waiting for the verdict of the heavens on my fate. Walking out in the sun, could it be raining by the afternoon? I don't know what it could be many things, could change by the afternoon. The evening could bring a starry sky, could bring a frowning moon. I don't know, I don't really mind, let it be, let it wash over me. And I really don't know how it's gonna go. And I really don't mind, I really don't mind. I was wrong, very wrong, I was wrong, very wrong indeed. Everybody sees, everybody only ever sees when I am wrong, that's how it seems. Sometimes when I am down, I'll be better off with the worms, 6 feet under the ground, with my soul in